Greetings, cadets. Today we are playing Star Trek Voyager across the universe. Let's go and start a new game. This is a demo for an upcoming game. You are the captain of the Federation ship, the U.S.S. Voyager. Manage your ship and crew. Plot a course through procedurally generated star systems. Stardate 48315.6. Captain Captain Janeway. A new ship, a new crew, a new mission. Today we embark on a mission to locate Maquis vessels that have disappeared in the Badlands. Starfleet intelligence believes that these terrorists have acquired dangerous new technologies. My chief of secretary, Tukov, is undercover aboard the ship. I haven't received communication from him in over a week. The Badlands are treacherous. I can only hope he's safe. In the meantime, I have a starship to prepare for launch and a crew to assemble. Speaking of which, our final two choices of crew members have arrived. Ensign Harry Kim and Tom Paris. Seems I have a few introductions to make. Gentlemen, welcome to the Voyager. Ensign Kim, you are fresh from the Academy and ready for your first deep space assignment, yes? Reporting for duty, Captain. It's an honor to be here. I hope to live up to your expectations. Ensign Kim, I trust you've already met Tom Paris, our esteemed observer, a former Maquis pilot who will help us search the Badlands for Maquis vessels. With all due respect, ma'am, observer is hardly a title befitting of my talents. I'm the best pilot in this sector. Call me pilot extraordinaire, Ensign. Marks! Well, I've heard a lot of stories about them. Relax, relax. I was with them only for a few weeks before I was captured and sent to a lovely little penal colony in New Zealand. Prison? Enough chatter, gentlemen! All hands, this is the captain. Report to your stations. Helm, take us to the Badlands. Maximum warp. The Badlands, a treacherous region of space where violent plasma storms cripple even the most advanced starships. Captain Janeway observes the swirling chaos from the view screen. A subtle smile plays on her lips. She's ready for the challenge. Scanners are picking up no other vessels in the system, Captain. It's your time to shine, Mr. Paris. Any ideas where your former colleagues might be hiding? I wasn't exactly max of this year, Captain, but they did prefer underground bases, remote planets, and... Captain, I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm reading a coherent Tetrion beam scanning us, and a displacement wave heading towards us! A colossal wave of turbulent energy surges towards the Voyager. Its power dwarfing anything the crew has ever seen. With no time to analyze the threat, emergency measures are initiated. Red alert, helm! Invasive maneuvers! No effect. The wave will intercept us in 5 seconds. Brace for impact! As the crew regains consciousness, they find their bridge is total devastation, twisted metal, sparking consoles, and injured crewmates. Paint a grim picture. What just happened? Damage report. Major hull damage. The transporters are offline and we're receiving casualty reports. Bridge to sickbay. Doctor, I've got injured crew on the bridge. Doctor? Darn. Captain, we're losing the local system across the decks. Deuterium tanks are empty. Warp core is gone to the gray mode. We're on reserves barely. Mr. Paris, take the helm. Scan for the nearest source of deuterium. Signal sensor offline. Stellar cartography must be down. Voyager is blind, Captain. Janeway to engineering. We need stellar cartography back online now. Welcome to the tutorial. Click on the question mark on the blah blah blah. Some additional tutorials, blah blah blah. Alright, so click U. Allows to scan POIs and nearby systems, see the resource types, and mount a POI and another system while scanning. Alright, so we need to have... Oh, E. Captain, since they're picking up something out there, but what is Harry is trying to stammer is we're not in the Badlands anymore. I feel like they need a refund on their views support. You're telling me they couldn't see that massive thing? What? What is that thing? Where are we? Our sensors are working. We just jumped over 20s. We just jumped over 70,000 light years into the Delta Quadrant. The Delta Quadrant? How? Captain, life support systems are failing. This array will have to wait. Mr. Paris, take the helm. Find us the deuterium source. Scan points of interest marked with the white question marks to reveal the resource. Now we can get the deuterium. Oh, that was it? I feel like we should probably scan some of the closest one, deuterium, stellar cartography to collect more data. So they all seem to have it, but why would we not want to get the closer ones? Okay, so that's geranium, deuterium, set course. Collect any easily accessible resource, use the tractor beam to try to clump up the debris for easier collection. Do I have one? Captain, the operation was a big success. We managed to recover a lot of resources. Nice! Captain, we can now deactivate the gray mode. Captain, ready to increase warp core output. Depending on the reactor level, you produce more energy, but more deuterium is required. Increase the power output by selecting the main engineering and switching to the warp core to the higher tier 3. Okay, so currently we're down here, so tier 3. Tier 2? Tier. Oh, there we go. Our energy levels are returning to normal, Captain. Good. Now, what about this thing? This array? I can't tell, Captain, but our scanners are detecting a Maquis vessel next to it. Scan for life signs? Scan for life signs, Ensign. There's no one on board, Captain. Scan the array. What about the array? Several life forms on board. Is one of them Vulcan? I'm not sure, Captain. The signals are weak. We'll just have to see for ourselves. I want that transporter room repaired and ready. Mr. Paris, get us the geranium deposit. We need to repair the transporter room. Okay, so hold on. I think that was you, right? Yeah, geranium, set course. Okay, so we don't have any options to do the better one, so safely search for anything valuable without entering the station. Nice. We now have all the geranium we need, Captain. Engineering standby for repair and transport. Alright, so let's repair that. Looks like it's repairing. Give it a second for the pause. By the way, if you guys are a fan of this game, let me know, because I'm definitely having a pretty fun time. If you guys want to see more on the channel, we might even try to live stream this game if you guys don't want to see it in normal video form, but you'll have to let me know which one you prefer. Transporters are back online, Captain. Mr. Paris, set a course for the raid. It's time to get some answers. Aye, aye. Set the course. They did a really nice job with the cutscene designs, too. Ensign Kim and Mr. Paris, get ready for your first away mission. Away missions are a present series of challenges. Heroes possess skills and traits. Select the heroes with the matching skills for your raid team. Well, we only have 2 options, so we don't really have too much of a choice. Decide an approach, select the hero to complete the challenge, and with the appropriate skill. If the skill is lower than the required, the success chance is displayed. Captain, we have to materialize the middle of the cornfield. This place is eerily similar to Earth, but something's off. Any suggestion what to do next? Look for any footprints or noises. Scan for life signs or strange enemy signatures. Okay, so that one will need 33 science. We only have 29, where this one needs 29, and we also don't have enough. Oh, okay. So whenever you select them, you see you have the big chance, or you can have the little chance for that one. So I feel like we should probably confirm this choice. Harry and Tom used the tricorders to scan the life forms and detect a strange energy spike emanating from the nearby area. Following the readings, they navigate through the corn to find a farm with people working on the fields. An old man sits on the porch of a nearby farmhouse, strumming a banjo. After challenging, the participating team members are fatigued and their skill values are reduced. Captain, this old man seems harmless enough. He might know what's going on here. How should we approach him? The man, what's going on? Slap him in the face! Try to read his body language for any clues? Argue with the facts that can't be a farm on Earth and you want to know what's going on. Okay, so the left side, he's currently fatigued, where the right side, he's going to be shining, so our 21 gives us the best chance of passing, where the 25 is a little bit more red. So we'll do this choice. Harry and Tom discreetly observe the old man, trying to analyze the body language, and something feels off, like he's putting on an act, but he can't quite put a finger on it. The old man seems perplexed by their presence, muttering about Harry and Tom being early, and how it's not their turn yet. He invites them to stay on the farm and wait, offering them some fresh corn cobs. You can select more than one hero if they possess the challenge required. The old man isn't much help. We'll try to find the box ourselves. There's a large barn behind the farmhouse. The tricorder readings are off the charts. There's definitely something strange about it, especially behind the wall. Investigate the barn for the hidden door. Try to analyze what these energy readings could be. Try to find a way to break the illusion of the wall. So as you see, 29, that's actually decent. 19 is kind of bad, but looks like we have over 100% chance of getting that one. Harry and Tom try to disrupt the energy field, causing a flickering in the air. Before they can break the illusion, the people from the field burst in, wielding form tools as weapons. The old man appears, revealed the barn is an illusion, and the black of the wall dissolving to show a bluish glowing room where unconscious people, including a tattooed man and a half Klingon woman, lie on a surgical table. Sometimes you have to make major decisions that have a large influence on how the story proceeds. These people must be missing mechs. They're being held, Captain. We must get them out of here. Wake up the tattooed man. Wake up the half Klingon woman. So both of them are fatigued. And the Klingon woman will probably be more helpful because they're typically more of a warrior style race, where the tattooed man isn't. Plus it's a Klingon. Harry sprints towards the half Klingon woman, hoping to rouse her. As he reaches out, the old man stops him and looks at a concerned face. Before Harry can react, a blind white light fills the room and everything goes blank. Nice. Captain Janeway is anxious to wait for the return of her away team when Harry Kim unexpectedly materializes behind her. What happened on the Ray? Whoa, I'm back on the Voyager? What happened over there, Mr. Kim? We lost contact with you for over several hours. Hours? But we were just there, right? Tom? Seems like he's still on the Ray. I hope you have a hidden pilot talent, but we're a little bit short on. Captain, we're being hailed by the mechs. Starfleet, I don't know who you are, what you did to our commanders, but I can still ram this wreck into your precious starship. Ram us? What if our own is missing? How could it make any sense to postpone the ramming until we all accounted for? Does that sound reasonable to you? We're beaming over. Despite Janeway's invitation, the arrival of Mac's crew is fraught with tension. Both sides remain wary of the prepared to discuss shared predicaments. Don't play games, Starfleet. We're armed and ready to defend ourselves. I wouldn't have it the other way. Glad to have you back, Chukov. Likewise, Captain. Miss Torres, I must inform you that I was assigned to infiltrate the Maquis. I never liked you, Vulcan. That is unsurprising. I assure you, I perform my Maquis duty to the highest standards. Win some, you lose some. Let's just focus on bringing Mr. Paris and your commander back. His name is Chakotay, and we can't get him back that easy. They're sealed and their communications are cut off. Lieutenant Tuvok, get us down to engineering and find a way to bypass whatever's jamming our communications and report back to us as soon as you have a solution. Captain, the ship's status remains critical. Repair protocols are imperative. We require resources in the engineering office to mobilize additional workforce. Prioritize life support, secure core decks, and restore Deck 5 functionality first to gain access to the engineering office. Alright, so we switch that on. Life support restored on Deck 5, Captain. Engineering office is now accessible. And of course it's a mess. We'll have to fix it before we can even use it. Alright, so we have enough to repair. Repairs in progress. Until completion, it will be logical to scan the planets and gather more deuterium and uranium. So I think we already did that, so let's set the course. Engineering office provides +1 work team are required to perform repairs, construction, and hull repairs on the board of Voyager. Oh, nice. Alright, so that one's ready. Engineering office fully operational again, Captain. We have additional work team ready to carry out 2 tasks simultaneously. Logically, we should now focus on Deck 2 in the mess hall to ensure the crew's food supplies maintain their physical endurance. This requires reactivating life support in that section first. Morale bar shows your current morale, the changes of the morale cycle, and the icons indicating your crew needs. Food seems like a pretty good one. Life support. Life support restored on Deck 2, Captain. Access to the mess hall is now possible. However, has sustained massive damage. Emergency rations are currently deployed. After repair, the crew can access replicated rations again. Okay, so we need 6 of whatever these are. So we need the duranium. So get back into 2 for the system. CU. After we found an abandoned shipwreck adrift in space, it's powered down but structurally sound with sealed storage compartments. Nice. Alright, so we got some more of that. So we need the duranium next. So you have nothing, so we'll need to scan you. Yeah, the duranium, so you're not what we need. What about you? Duranium! Set the course! Ooh, we got 2 right up nearby. Collect an easily accessible resource. Use the tractor beam. Of course we'll use the tractor beam. We'll go for luck. Average success, not too bad. That is way more than what we actually needed. So we click the 1 key to head back inside the system, get our mess hall up and repaired. Repairs in progress. Until completion, we should address the crew accommodation. Ruined rooms must be cleared to create room for residential sections. Ruined room, clear debris. While waiting for our work team to finish, we should continue to collect more resources. I think we probably should grab more of the duranium. We came across an abandoned mining station. The station is under lockdown and seems to be damaged. Safely search for anything valuable. Repair parts of the mining station to mine some resources. Engineering office level 1. Come on, critical success! We're average. Works as well, I suppose. 3 crew members got injured. We got greedy. Mess hall is now online. Nice. Alright, so repaired. You. Mess hall repairs are complete, Captain. We should switch to replicator rations now. It would enhance the crew's well-being. Okay, so we can cycle the food. Replicated rations are now issued to the crew, Captain. Alright, so what about you? Ruin room, construction orders, Paul's bill. Alright, so you're still doing good. Engineering office, you... Oh, I can zoom in on the crew members? Ahoy there! Alright, anyways, sick bay. I feel like that should be repaired too. Shield generator, ruin room. So we need 13 of that. That seems to be a pretty important room. We're going sort of on our own here instead of following the storyline though. Construction report. Okay. Ruin room. The ruined room removal concluded. Maybe we should build some crew quarters now and do wonders for the morale, Captain. Alright, so we want to do crew, combat, Borg technology, or crew. Emergency quarters, sick bay, holodeck, observatory lounge, emergency quarters. So we still need 25 of the major resource that we're always short on. So let's head back out there. Leave the storage alone and focus on salvaging from other parts of the ship. We were right next to that, so we may as well grab you. So that's the deuterium. We need the duranium. Oh, sick bay is now online. Nice. I feel like that's got to be a pretty big one too. All right, so we have 3 engine recovery time, 10 cycles. That's fine. You've done your part. Keep a safe distance and transmit navigation data. Rest to send an engineering team to perform repairs. Max 187. Captain will receive a hail from an unidentified vessel requesting assistance. Come on. There we go. Nice. Our engineers were not able to only repair the damaged system, but also managed to improve navigation software. The crew was very grateful, Captain. So let's head over here. Set the course. Duranium. We're running out of duranium inside the area, though. So we don't have a choice. Perfect. All right, so that'll give us 49. Is that enough for what we need? All right, so ruin room, crew. Is it emergency quarters that we're building? Crew quarters. So we need 50, so we'll need a little bit more. So is it possible to fail this if you don't actually get like enough commodities during the tutorial? Leave the storage alone and focus on the salvaging. We don't have an option since currently everything else is locked. We found a moderate amount of resources, Captain. We now have 80, so that should be enough to get us a room of the finest in the Starfleet. Oh. Never mind, we're supposed to be building the emergency service. Well, man, we have enough for the better one. Your crew is the lifeblood of your ship. Each room requires personnel to operate, so keep this in mind when adding new rooms or upgrades. Don't forget to provide necessary accommodation, for morale may drop faster than you'd like. Alright, so that'll take 4 cycles to build. Call the caretaker. Captain, the Ray jamming signal has been neutralized. We should be able to establish communication. Something responds. Hail there, Ray. Who is this? Why are you bothering me? Oh, it's you. Why are you back? You don't have what I need. Remember that voice, Captain? It's the old man from the banjo. But his form's entirely different compared to how he appeared in the Ray. I'm Captain Janeway of the Federation starship Voyager. We mean you no harm. We just want our people back. Your people? Your people are no longer here. They might have what I need. You just have to leave them. Appeal to us humanity. Tell us where they are. Try to intimidate. Give them back. Let Torres talk. Scan the Ray for Tom and Chaktoy. Won't rely on words of a stranger. Scan the Ray for life signs of Tom. No signs of them, Captain, and no humanoid life forms indicated at all. What or who we're talking to right now? Okay, so 40 plus 30, so that's 70, 60, 30. I feel like he's not going to have much humanity, though. But it does say it's higher. We entrust the safety. Their families and friends rely on us to bring them home. They're our responsibility. Perhaps that is the case. I have no time for it. This just isn't the time. Time for what? No. You're stealing my time. Don't you understand? I don't have time. Not enough time. We've been cut off, Captain. You used to talking it back home, but out here, next time, let me do the talking. Your methods might have worked against the Cardians. Your methods might have worked against the Cardassians, but this is a different kind of advisory. Captain, Commander, vote to see how this spirited debate will help us locate our missing crew members. Perhaps a more logical approach would be beneficial. Huh, you're right, Shavak. It seems the Delta Quadrant is getting to our heads. What do you suggest? I've observed that the Ray has been sending energy pulses towards the 5th planet of the neighboring systems ever since our arrival. Given the lack of information regarding our missing crew location, investigating this planet appears to be the most logical next step. Suddenly we have thoughts, Miss Torres. We're stuck with each other, Janeway. We work together, go our separate ways. Fine? Helm, set the course to the 5th planet of the neighboring system. Let's find our people. Set a course for the 5th... Oh, yeah. Maximum warp! Sector. I'm going to assume that'd be you. This is the Voyager, heading to destination. That seems suspicious. It's got our symbol on it. Supposed to report to automatically finish all the actions. Ooh. Here are more ruin room and emergency quarters for the entire crew. Investigate the marked planet in the neighboring system. Okay, so that's just saying if we wanted to, we could clean this up. Captain, we reached our destination. Orders? Continue or return later. Let's see what we have here. Following the caretaker's energy pulses, Voyager discovered a desert planet with a harsh, unforgiving landscape. Our Tom Paris and Captain Chuktov perhaps being held in this place. What makes this place so special? Prepare an away team, do a general scan of the planet, check the energy pulses. Anything noteworthy of the energy pulses? They are consistently targeting a single location, a barren piece of the desert. I recommend an away team to investigate the area. There is something else. The interval between each pulse decreases by the 0.47 seconds since we left the array. They're getting faster. The entity said running out of time. Whatever that means, we better hurry. Let's see what we can learn about this planet first. It has all the basic characteristics of an M-class planet, but no ocean, no river, no nothing. However, there are settlements. Strange, but intriguing. We'll examine this world firsthand. Captain, the small ship is approaching. They're hailing us. On screen. A particular alien with a mischievous grin greets Voyager from his chaotic vessel. Neither Starfleet nor the Maquis have ever seen such a species before, perhaps an inhabitant of the Delta Quadrant. Greetings, looking for something dusty on this old rock. Would we find anything, mister? Felix! I never seen a ship like yours. Let me guess, you were whisked away from somewhere else in the galaxy and brought here against your will. It sounds as though you've heard this story before. Thousands and thousands of times, well, hundreds of times, maybe 50 times, but the caretaker has been bringing ships here for months now. The caretaker? That's what the Ocampa call him. He probably snatched some of your crew too, right? They're lacking down on the planet without Ocampa. But Captain, it's a tricky place, dangerous. You could use a guide, but of course, a guide needs a little, you know. Compensation sounds fair. Wonderful, to be honest. I've had it rough recently. Those pesky void voles were nibbling away at my supplies. Some food and water would be most welcome. If you help us solve our missing crew, you can have all the food and water you want. It's a deal. Voyager, explore the system or skip cycles until the next Neelix is ready to talk. So I feel like the uranium's going to be like the biggest time sink so far. Fuel's not too bad. I collect easily accessible resources, use the tractor beam. Of course we'll go for more. Average, not too bad. Not great, but not too bad. What a delicious meal! Culinary masterpiece! I've never encountered such a tangy but comforting, smooth, yet vibrant concoction. What was it called again? Tomato soup. Tomato soup? Something of a culinary wizard myself, you know. I'm Alfarian. Hair pasta bowl is widely known for its bold, watering taste. Mr. Neelix, I am pleased you enjoy yourself, but we need your assistance now. Ah, yes, your missing crew, right. Scan the southern continent and look for a range of dead volcanoes. At the foot, you'll find the Kazan Olga encampment. Kazan what? When Kazan sector many, they control this part of the quadrant. They're taking a bit difficult, but with the right approach, even that can be reasoned with. You said the Campa held our people. Well, the Campa do have your people, it's just finding them is a bit tricky. My little pale mage Jabin, Olga's leader, might know where to look. He's a nice guy, a bit gruff, but he owes me a favor. What do you mean? Anything else we should know about this? Water precious commodity around these parts. Olga mostly gets their through trade, so a little liquid diplomacy may go a long way. Very well, prepare an away team. You'll be accompany them, Mr. Neelix. Set course. Captain, I need to address the lack of quarters. Many are sleeping in the corridors, and morale is suffering. I suggest building new quarters so people can sleep in their own beds. Well, fine. I suppose we can. Building. Oh, no. That could have been bad. Crew. Emergency quarters. Right there. Leave us alone. We have done your deed. Captain, we've got a major problem down in the engineering, and deuterium levels are critical. The ship won't last long without refuel. If we don't locate a new supply soon, we'll be adrift in space with no energy to support. We need to act fast. You have 25 seconds to complete this task. Captain, we've reached our destination. Orders? We have a mission. We can't sit there and stop for nothing. Ooh, the Klingon woman. And of course, we gotta bring Tuvok. The away team materializes in a small valley between the dead volcanoes. The sun burns down mercilessly. The air is hot and dry and sandy and whips into their eyes. Captain, our tricorders are malfunctioning, probably because of the energy impulses. How do we get about our bearings in this dust bowl? Failure! The away team finds it difficult to make progress in the harsh conditions. Wind and sand slow them down. The uneven terrain often causes them to stumble. Eventually, they reach a ledge. Exhausted, disoriented. In the distance, they spot the Kazan Olga's settlement. However, the wind is picking up and a massive sandstorm is approaching from the south. Captain, our sandstorm is heading our way. We need to find cover fast. Alright, so we can build a temporary shelter. Thankfully, these two seem to be fairly confident. Nice! The away team successfully gathers the rocks and wood, constructing a makeshift shelter. They huddle together in the sandstorm, rages around them. At what seems like eternity, the storm subdues. The away team emerges slightly battered and unharmed, sets off in the direction of the settlement. After we've reached the settlement, how should we approach the people? Let Neelix do the introductions. Approach in typical Starfleet manner. Approach intimidating, weapons ready. How is that not like a maxed out option? Neelix bounds forward, greeting Kazan Olga in the unusual boisterous manner. The women and children seem to recognize him, but their expressions are skeptical rather than welcoming. The men approach cautiously, weapons in hand. The tall cousin emerges from the settlement. Jasmine, their leader, at the sight of Neelix, his face darkens. In the background, a badly bruised young woman who looks nothing like Kazan, more like a human with pointy ears, peers around the corner. Seems like Kazan didn't find Neelix as charming as he led us to believe. How shall we appease them, Captain? We're wanted in exchange for information, demonstrating the strength. Assure them you have no bad intentions, so that's decent. You're 100% critical success. Yeah. The away team offers Javin water for their replicators. Fascinated by their technology, Javin accepts their offer, becomes more receptive. He explains that the Ocampa live underground with their access controlled by the caretaker, who also provides their only source of water. As proof, Javin points to the bruised Ocampa woman he is holding as a slave, explaining that she is one of the few who managed to reach the surface. When suddenly Neelix grabs a phaser, he points it at Javin and demands the Ocampa girl be freed. Things are getting out of hand, Captain. How shall we retreat? Appease and carefully withdraw. Tactical retreat and run. Or secure the retreat with phaser fire. That's right. The away team lays down covering fire, forcing Kazan to take cover. This allows them to minimize exposure to enemy fire. Javin, though furious, seems to acknowledge their away team's fighting skills. They escape with no casualties. Not bad at all. Safely back on the Voyager, Neelix surprises the rest of the away team as he and the rescued woman kiss passionately. How deep does this relation between these two go? My dearest Kess, didn't I promise I'd save you? Do you come for me, my love? You lied and endangered my crew. This is not how trust is built, Mr. Neelix. He was desperate, Captain, but I understand. I want to repay you and your crew for saving me. As Javin said, the access to the underground city is controlled by the caretaker. There's a tunnel, but the caretaker stood it with a security barrier. We may be able to transport through the barrier if I had the slightest breach. A transport signal amplifier would be necessary. Excellent idea, Kess. Can you help us once we've located the breach? Of course, it's the least I can do. I'm grateful then. Ask Kess what she knows about the caretaker. Ask Kess about Neelix. Ask Kess why she came to the surface. We have things to do! Alright, so we'll get started on the transport amplifier, and Kess, we'll go to sickbay and have you examined. Computer initiate emergency medical hologram profile. With no options available, Captain Janeway activates Voyager's emergency medical hologram, a shimmering figure materialized in the sickbay ready to provide critical care. Please state the nature of the medical emergency. Dr. Chief, our medical officer is dead. You have to take care of our sickbay for now, and this patient is Kess. There is no need for concern. I am capable of treating any injury, disease, a broken ulna, a few minor bruises and grazes, and nothing I can't handle. You are in the most capable hands, young lady. Thank you, Doctor. It's very kind of you. I expect you to do your best, Doc. Do my best, Captain. I am programmed for your optimal medical care. What else do you want? Now, if you excuse me, I have a patient to attend to and a sickbay to reorganize. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for today. If you enjoyed, make sure you like and subscribe. Let me know if you guys want to see more of this game on the channel. It's really fun.